girl going 90 in the rain. She took my heart, filling with nothing but pain. Okay, everything is holding, no lagging. Okay. Boom. Gotta make the. There we go. Right. I guess I gotta take this more professionally and seriously. Nah. Shit, we're gonna do this exactly how I want to. It's my channel, it's my videos. I'm the one that gotta edit it, so it's gonna come out however I want it to. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, what up though, man? It's your boy Prince Raw with another reaction. Pretty much want to react to the nose ring theory. I didn't even know that was a thing, but hey, why not? I wanna hear a little bit about it. Maybe I might learn something new, gang. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with learning something new, man. Feel me? The video's by the Dadvocate. You know what I'm saying? Go subscribe to her. You know what I mean? Her channel. Show her some love, man. You know what I'm saying?
And have.
Feel me? We gotta restart again. I was trying to see what it was about first. I ain't watched the whole thing. I never watched the whole thing.
Hey again, guys. I've got a fun one for you today that I think you're gonna find it.
I try to make the reactions as genuine as possible. You know what I mean? That way we're at least watching it together. You feel me?
Interesting. Nose ring theory. And I just know that when I say that,
and y'all could tell from the edits, I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying?
half of you are going to be confused, and the other
ain't none of this professional, gang. And it's cool. It's my channel. I'm gonna do it how I want to. I'm the one that gotta edit it and go through. You know what I mean? So
other half of you somehow
later on we gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Later on it's gonna be professional. It's gonna be edited. Everything's gonna be scripted. But for now, hey, y'all gonna rock with me how I
know exactly what I'm talking about, even if you've never heard of it before. I will explain everything I've learned about this theory, show you some examples, and then give you my 2 cents on this whole thing. So to take you on the journey that I went down to get here, I'll show you the video that I first saw that introduced me to this whole thing.
So I'm 24 years old, and I've been trying my hand at dating men specifically for probably about 5-6 years now, in a serious.
You 24. You've been trying to date men for the past 5-6 years in a serious way. So that means when you were like 18, 19, 20 is when you started trying to take men seriously? Not too bad. Go on.
This way. I'm single at the moment. My boyfriend and I just broke up recently, and I have probably dated about like 4 to 5 men, seriously. Keep running into the same issues every single.
When she says date men seriously, does she just means outside of just hooking up, right? That's what I'm thinking she mean. Like outside of just regular dude that I hook up with, these are the men that I've taken seriously or I've claimed publicly as serious. Well, Shawty, the only problem with that is your math, right? So you've been in 5-6 serious relationships and you're 24. So that means, technically speaking, you've dated one man for the past couple years since you turned 18? I don't know, bro. Math ain't mathin'.
Single time I date a man, and I've been trying to like really get to the root of what it is. And now I know what you're thinking. You probably have a type. I do not have a type. These men don't know each other. They're not friends. They're not from the same area. They don't look alike. I really do not have a type.
Everybody got a type. Everybody got a type. Now, not necessarily like they might not be the same look wise. Maybe one might be tall, the other tall and skinny, the other one might be fat and short. But at the end of the day, I'm sure they all like the same type of music as you. You look like you have a certain look. So, shawty, no disrespect, if I took you to an ESTG concert, you'd be looking at me like, you know what I mean? This is not the type of music I like. Everybody got a type. You know what I'm saying? Not saying your type has to like everything you like, but y'all gotta have similarities on the ground level. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my girl might not listen to the same type of music, but we might like the same type of food, or, you know what I mean? Or maybe the same type of comedy, same type of movies. We probably got the same, like, moral standings on things, how we want to, I mean, like, The base level has to be the same. Everything else can be different. You know what I mean?
Type. The only thing that these men have in common is that they are men. I really have been reflecting a lot and trying to figure out what like the
Is she in the car while it's raining making this?
root of all these issues is. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, but I'm not the reason that any of these relationships ended. One of them.
Shout it. You gotta take self-responsibility. Jesus Christ, what kind of commercial?
The most sensitive moment requires
Hey man, I'm trying to avoid that.
a sensitive test.
Nah,
First response, early results.
man, no offense, but I don't want no kids right now. This is way too personal, bro, but I feel I might as well acknowledge this, bro. Bro, there was a situation where I shouldn't even tell you. Let's just say I dodged the pregnancy scare, man, and I'm, whew, shout out to God, man. It ain't, I was worried, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you get that text, and you're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And I found out it ain't, I said, oh. Anyway, let's go back to the video, bro. That was random.
One of the main issues that I've come to recognize is that I don't think men are really socialized to know what it means to truly love someone, like love their partner.
No, the men you deal with don't know how to do that, ma'am. Please don't throw all of us under the bus because of the men you dealt with. You look like you like to deal with the rocker / bad boy who kinda is in the band, rides a motorcycle, and then later on you find out that, no offense, them niggas don't amount to nothing in life. Most those niggas become welders, or no, I'm not even gonna say that, because no disrespect to welders. Welders get money. Most them niggas end up working like menial jobs because they spend most of their life bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So don't throw the rest of us under the bus because you're a bad decision maker.
And care for their partner. Obviously, I'm not saying this is all men, but I
Okay,
think it's just
make it
not
so.
normalized for them to like, I don't know, just like, I guess I don't know how to phrase it. What I'm saying, for example, is that every single one of these men individually has looked me in my eyes and told me that I am the love of their life, I'm the most important person in their life, that they would take a bullet for me, and every single...
Ma'am, do you have a father in your life? Do you have a brother in your life? Do you have like any type of male figure, a cousin, an uncle? You know, a male figure that's not trying to put dick in you. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any type of male figure that's not trying to put dick in you, that cares about you? If you do, they will tell you the realities of niggas. Niggas lie. Remember the little challenge they used to have? I lie for the pussy. You know, go to jail for the pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'll die for... Niggas had a for the pussy challenge, gang. Niggas will tell you whatever to get some pussy. If you're finding this out at 24 years old, finally, and no man had this conversation with you at no point in your life, I feel sad for you. Truly do. And the same goes for women. It's not just men. A woman will lie to you and tell you she loves you. Look you right in your eye and tell you she loves you and cheat on you or use you. Can't be mad at human beings for being humans, bro. You know what come with this shit. You know what I mean? It's up to you to discern whether or not they're telling the truth, lying, or whatever is going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the big girl in you. You know what I mean? That's the big boy in you. That's the adult in you that goes, hey. You know what I'm saying?
One of them has treated me horribly, okay? I don't know about you, but when I tell somebody they're the love of my life and that they're the person I care about the most, I show it. I'm treating them accordingly. Part of it that really trips me up is that they believe it. They actually believe in their heart that I'm the love of their life and I'm the person they care about the most.
No, they don't. No offense, but the type of dudes you like probably have multiple options. You know what I'm saying? This is a great example in life, gang, of love who loves you. Don't love someone that only likes you. She loves somebody that only likes her. And she's upset that this person that you love him, but he only liked you. You know what I mean? You were just another, I'm sure, no offense. I get the look. That's why I'm trying to get to what the nose ring theory is. I get the look, but there's a bunch of girls with the same look. No offense. I know she probably thinks it's special and unique. It's not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure those type of dudes run into girls like you all day. You know what I'm saying?
Calling it out. I would be like, you do not love me and you do not care about me. Like, point blank, period. Otherwise, you wouldn't be treating me badly. And they will argue and they get genuinely, like, offended. They get offended. I honestly pity them because I don't think they're socialized to know what that means. And, like...
Shawty, if they got a mama, they know exactly what that means. If they got a sister, they know exactly what that means. They just don't like you enough. That's all. That's all. If they got a mama that they love, they know what that is. They know what a love from a woman means or is. You know what I mean? Unconditional love. They understand that. They just playing around with you because, no offense, it's the type of man you choose.
I don't know how to get it across in a meaningful way to them. Like, they just don't listen. And I'll be like, okay, you wouldn't have done this bad thing to me if you actually loved me in the way that you say you do. Like, that is not what love is. That's not...
Then you leave. Like, if I have to make you love me, I will just leave. You should never make nobody love you. Love is something that's freely given. This is not something you could take or demand. This is something that's freely given. You know what I'm saying? So if you have to demand that love, you need to leave.
What love is. When you love someone, you don't do things to intentionally or even unintentionally hurt them. Why is that considered love to you? I'm just like, I don't know.
I can already tell you right now, I don't mean to pause it so much, but it's my channel, so I don't care. I can already tell what type of dude she deal with. He probably was, most of them she caught him texting another girl that looked just like her. Some rocker girl, you know what I mean? Whatever, that has no type, is just so woke and so different, you know what I mean? And was like, why are you texting her? Well, because you're no different than the rest of them. You think you're special because you got a nose ring and the other stuff around your face. That's not what make you special. It's a thing in here that make you special. How you carry yourself, that's what make you special.
Know where it's coming from. I honestly pity them because that has to be awful, but like I can't handle it anymore, dude.
So in this video, this girl is describing her troubles with finding a good man. She insists that she doesn't have a type, that none of these men really have anything in common, but for some reason in the end, they always end up treating her horribly. And this led many in the comments to speculate that it must be something about her that is the common denominator.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, since it's such a short TikTok video and we don't really get much insight onto greater parts of her personality, and she's not very open about what her most major flaws are to figure out why she's attracting such mean men or why her relationships are always driven to turmoil, people began to theorize, because it's one of the most noticeable things about her, that it could potentially have to do with the amount of piercings she has. In fact,
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I'm gonna check that out. That sounds dope as hell, bro. I might check that out, guy. But right now we're in the middle of a video.
These two comments right next to each other say, the piercing theory is so true, with over 700 likes. And again, don't know, don't care, nose ring theory, with over 1,200 likes. So you might be wondering, like I did, what about having a bunch of metal in your face would cause someone to treat you poorly? I mean, sure, the style isn't everyone's type, but these men were clearly attracted enough to her to date her, so then what is it that's causing the relationships to not go well? So I decided to look into what these men were referencing when they talked about the piercing theory or the nose ring theory. And this was the top video I found.
Have y'all ever heard of the septum piercing theory? If you have a septum piercing, you may not want to look it up, but I'm always the last person to hear about shit. So this is common knowledge. It's dead ass. It's actually dead ass, because it says that every person that has a septum piercing makes their trauma their entire personality.
And she agrees. It's dead ass.
Like I said, dead ass.
Damn, straight from the horse's mouth. Or maybe I should say straight from the bull's mouth. You know, because you get it. And if even the person with the nose ring is saying it's true, I mean, there's got to be something there. And this is just even more hilarious when we take that theory and then reference back to the first video where the girl was making her relationship trauma her entire personality. Okay,
Jesus.
that might have been a little reductive. After all, it was just one video. Surely her entire profile isn't like that.
Yo, you guys never told me how cool it is to have a dad. Like, this is a secret that's been kept from me, okay? I grew up with 3 moms. My mommy issues are off the charts.
Okay, sure. I mean, so maybe she doesn't have a dad and has a ton of self-proclaimed mommy issues, but that doesn't mean trauma's her entire personality.
Jesus.
I have psoriasis. Not like a little psoriasis, like all over my entire body. When I tell you, my whole body.
Jesus Christ, sir. Ma'am. Everybody got problems, man. I don't even know what that theory was, but that makes perfect sense now. And yeah, whoever created that theory might have something cooking, man. Because shout it, everybody got problems, man. I don't care if you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth or not or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you was born with rags on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Gang, everybody got problems, gang. You know what I mean? Yeah, some problems are a little bit more heavier than others, but bro, everybody got problems. Everybody got trauma. Everybody got issues with their families. You know what I mean? I have yet to meet a perfect human being, bro. I'm still searching for them. Maybe y'all out there, one of y'all might be perfect. If you're perfect, let me know in the comments, bro. Be like, hey, Rod, I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? Say, I bet, bro. You got it. You know what I'm saying? But I have yet to meet a perfect human being, bro. Everybody got something. Something going. You know what I'm saying? Either you missing something or you got some type of scar, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Looks like this.
Okay, so she has a bit of medical trauma too, but I mean, there's more to her.
Nothing normal can ever happen to me. I think I attract chaos.
Okay, so attracting chaos, it might be a little red
Jesus.
flag, but I mean, there's gotta be something normal here.
Not to be a man-hater or anything.
I don't know what you're doing in your life, but if you're attracting chaos, I'd want to stay away from you. I understand why those men left. Jesus Christ. their lives probably got better. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real, you attract chaos? Man, shawty, listen, I'm sure their lives got better after they left you. What the fuck? I wouldn't want to be next to you.
Anything? Actually, no, fully to be a man-hater. Fully to be a man-hater.
Oh, okay, I guess she also just doesn't
You don't
like
men?
men. I mean, you could have brought that up
Okay.
when you were theorizing on why your relationships with men might be going poorly. I'm starting to connect the dots. Now, when I first started looking into nose ring theory, I didn't think that I would take it seriously at all. I thought it would just be a good laugh. But the more I looked into it, the more I think that it might actually hold some weight, because I did find quite a number of studies that have strong correlations between individuals with a lot of piercings and tattoos and how they are perceived.
Whoa. Listen, I got a bunch of tattoos, but that ain't got nothing to do with what she talking about. I don't know why we catching the stray for the people with the face. You can't even see my tattoos, gang. I'm so black, you wouldn't be able to tell. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Why we catching strays, man? You feel me? Like, hey, man, I do it to express myself artistically. You know what I'm saying? Why we catching strays, gang? What the fuck?
And who they attract. This study seems to indicate.
Listen. What study? Self-esteem, propensity for sensation-seeking, and risk behavior among adults with tattoos and piercings. I used to have my ears pierced. I haven't wore earrings in years, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't wore earrings in years. I used to have my ears pierced. I had, you know what I mean? Had to get my little cubic zirconians in, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, but I ain't rocked them in years, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the risk behavior and whatever, I could see where you know what I mean? Because I mean, yeah, part of getting a tattoo and a piercing is kind of like rebelling against society and the norms, so I could see where that comes from, but you know, I don't think it has anything to do with my self-esteem. To be honest with you, I have more self-esteem with my tattoos. Because I don't even consider them tattoos. These are like talismans, you know what I mean? These are like roadmaps of where I was in life. I can look down on them and be like, oh, okay, I was there in that point in life. I was there at that point in life. You know what I'm saying? And they all have meaning to me, you know what I mean? So, nah, I wouldn't say that.
Indicate that people with piercings and tattoos scored significantly higher than those without for sensation-seeking and risk-taking behaviors. This other study that I found seems to indicate that people with piercings and tattoos, specifically women...
And I don't attract the same thing like me. Like, if you saw the type of women I attract, you would be like, what the fuck? You know, because you would think, okay, I'm not going to say that. I'm sure there are women that are attracted to tattoos and whatever, and you know what I mean, the certain look, but I would not entertain that, because me personally, I want the opposite. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say opposites attract? I want the opposite. I don't want a woman version of me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm big, aggressive, tattoos, black as hell. I don't want a female version of me. You know what I'm saying? I want the opposite of me, gang. You know what I mean?
Women scored significantly higher for extroversion and assertiveness, meaning they are more aggressive socially. This study that I found in Psychology Today examines how people with tattoos and piercings are perceived, and the most popular finding was that they are perceived to...
Do tattoos on women make them more attractive to others? To a certain extent, right? Like, for me, there's certain tattoos which are a complete no-no to me. I don't care how beautiful a woman is. I don't give a fuck. Those are not attractive to me. And I have tattoos, so I'm a little bit of a hypocrite, right? So, like, any face tattoos, like anything crazy looking on a face, on a woman, that's not my thing. You know what I mean? That could be the next man thing. That's not my thing. Any, like, chest pieces, you know what I mean? Like, any chick that got a chest piece, like a nigga, that's not for me, baby girl. No disrespect, no disrespect. That ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything huge and just, I don't know, bro. It's just certain ones where, and cheetah print. The cheetah print, tiger stripes, I'm cool on that. You know what I mean? If you don't get a tattoo, get something meaningful, something creative. You know what I mean? Like I said, all my shit is creative. Like, these are all one-of-one pieces. Nobody else is, well, besides my Naruto one, but that was the first one I got. Even then, it's not the same thing like everybody else. And once I'm finished with it, it's not going to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But get something unique. You know what I mean?
Be more sexually promiscuous, and that they tend to attract people who are looking for more casual relationships than serious ones.
Exactly.
And many other studies seem to point to people with piercings and tattoos having higher correlations with impulsivity and more experience with trauma and adversity. This study from BMC Psychology seems...
I mean, I don't think you need a study to do that, gang. Usually, most of the people who are tatted up is from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? You don't see niggas going to Princeton and Yale and coming out of Princeton and Yale tatted up. You know what I'm saying? Usually niggas go to jail, come out, and they tatted up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you need a fucking study to know that.
Seems to find a strong correlation between body modifications and people who experienced childhood abuse and neglect. And this one really stood out to me. This one found a notable prevalence of individuals with a high number of body modifications and borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
Now, this is not to say that individuals with piercings and tattoos are all degenerate problem children undeserving of love. I myself have a belly button piercing and an entire side piece, and I find myself to be pretty well adjusted and have had a lot of success in my relationships. But it does beg the question, Could there be any legitimacy to the nose ring theory,
I
or is it
see-
mostly just something that jerks shout at people?
No. I see where they coming from, gang. Because all I'm thinking is all the women that I know with the nose piercing, and man,
They disagree
Hit
with
the nail
online,
right
or they
on the
happen to
head.
have a nose ring. My ultimate conclusion? Probably both. Obviously, even with all of these studies and research papers, you're never going to be able to make a correct, sweeping blanket generalization about every one kind of person who looks a certain way. In the case of the first video we watched, where the girl is describing her issues with relationships with men, we know that people did at least initially find her very attractive, as she even
Yeah.
cites at the end of the video that I cut off.
yeah, I'm about to say, Shawty look halfway decent. You feel me? Shawty look halfway decent. So it ain't her looks. It's she just has never had the male figure in her life and I feel sad for her, that loves her. You know what I mean? What they call it? Unconditional love. Not the love, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The love you're supposed to get from your mom and your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, your family, you know what I mean? That type of love where it's not like, hey, you got to be this way or that way. I just love you for you. She probably never got that, you know what I'm saying? So she doesn't understand, like, hey, a man is supposed to treat you a certain way. If he does not treat you that way, you leave him. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no, maybe I might change him. Maybe he might change later. No, shout it. A man is supposed to treat you a certain way. The same way you treat him a certain way, he's supposed to treat you a certain way. If he does not treat you that way, you move on. You move on with your life. You'll find somebody else. It's a world full of people out there. You'll find somebody to love you. You know what I mean? That's what I was told growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll come back home crying, hey, Mom, the kids at school are picking on me. They don't want to be my friends. They don't want to, you know what you told me? Hey, man, that's how it is in life. People ain't going to like you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People ain't going to like you, and that's cool. You move on. You're going to find others that are going to like you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You feel me?
That both men and women have described completely falling in love with her. And when I first listened to her story, I wasn't even making any judgments about her physical appearance. I was truly waiting for the other shoe to drop of when she was going to describe some consistent patterns of behavior
Exactly.
that might lead to all of this correlation. In her case, I definitely think that being a vocal man-hater was probably the linchpin in the disruption in her relationships with men, but certainly not all women with piercings and tattoos feel that way. In fact, here are some examples of super pierced and tattooed girls in very happy relationships with men.
It's literally the same look. That's why I said they think it's special, but I'm sure that guys who like that, they know there's a girl that look just like you. I mean, like, gang, that's whatever you say you don't have a type, that sounds crazy to me, bro. Everybody has a type. Everybody has a type.
These were two weirdly shaped or odd to make the cut in a regular pack of bacon, but bacon is bacon.
Nah. Bacon is not bacon. They're gonna be out here feeding you motherfucking what that nigga Cat Williams said. He said your baby gonna come out with a horn, nigga. Genetic modified beef. You know what I'm saying? They will give you genetic beef, nigga. Your baby gonna be like,
what is this? What is this, please?
Also, it's so funny how they always go for the nerdy gamer guys. But this is what makes the no.
it's the type. It's the type. That's the type that likes girls like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the type. They listen to rock, punk rock, EDM. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has a type, gang. You can, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said whenever she said I ain't got no type, I said, gang, I have a type, but even my type is not necessarily, you know what I mean? If you saw my type, you'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Real told.
nose ring theory so complex? Because if the first video were to be enough to prove that it's accurate, then all of these other videos should be enough to disprove it, right? At the end of the day, the nose ring theory is just that, a theory, an idea worth discussing. Is it true that people with a lot of tattoos and piercings tend to be a bit more rebellious, chaotic, and traumatized? Yeah, probably, but does it make them inherently undateable? No. Some of them are. Some of them are absolutely undateable, but not all of them. As with most things, it's a case-by-case scenario, and it's always more important to pay attention to how a person behaves or what they believe in than it is to try and find secret clues in how they look or dress. Anyway, that has been my analysis on nose ring theory. If you liked my coverage, please...
Man, shot is solid, bro. You feel me? Like, she hit it right on the head. It's on an individual basis, you know what I mean? And not only that, it's like, bro, you gotta... With people, you gotta see what they, not what they say, but what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do they do? Fuck what a motherfucker says. What do they do? You know what I'm saying? Like, if a motherfucker tell you they love you and you gotta explain that to them or make them prove it, you wasting your time, bro. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short. Move on. Feel me? Now, this your boy Prince Ra. I ain't gonna make this video no longer than it need to be, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.
Drop a like on the video, consider subscribing. We are so close to the big 500,000, the big 500,000 subscribers. And drop any comments that you have on the subject down below, because that also helps boost me in the algorithm and grow my channel. And if you want even more from me than you can find here, consider joining my Patreon at patreon.com/thedadvocate for early access to my videos, exclusive content, and exclusive merch that you can't get anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the very end. I will catch you in the next one.
I'm rocking with you,
Until
Shouty.
soon.
You feel me?